All right, let's hit the mic check. Volume's a little low. Is this better? What's up, Eugene? What's up, Eugene? How are you, buddy? You're going to have echo. I'm sitting there monitoring the voice, so you're going to hear it feedback through the microphone. What's up, Stranded? All right, that should kill the echo now. What is going on, you guys? It's still low. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know why the volume is lower than normal. Actually, you know what? Let me, I gotta move the joystick real quick. Let's see if it gets louder now. Did that make it louder? I'm not monitoring, but hold on, let me turn on the monitor. Not monitoring, but hold on, let me turn on the monitor. Yeah, it's still low. That's odd as hell. Yeah, it's still low. Oh, now it got loud. Dear Lord. Holy God. What is going on, you guys? So I picked this one up. This game, Black Friday sale or whatever. Figure I'd take it out for a test drive. Let's see if it sucks or if it's any good. It's single player, survival, and you're out in a desert setting. It's either going to be dog. Don't you start with me. Explore, hunt, craft, build, survive. The only complaint I've seen listed on this game is the controls, I guess. So I'm gonna go in there real quick. Um, I'm not hearing much. No, damn, there really are no controls. Camera sensitivity and invert access. Well, that's kind of shit. Aliens medium, stats medium, compass no, permadeath no. Let's. I'm definitely going to turn on a compass. I don't know what stats are. I'll set the stats to easy to see what happens there. Sound is chat. You can hear the game. Okay, we'll find out. Let's see what we got. You need to wait before you can get water from a well again. Okay. Jump, swim, refill, close menu, select build part, switch hotbar, rotate object, use object, auto run, move, run. Inventory is to the left, auto walk is forward, a crafting menu, a drop item. I mean, I rotate, use object, switch hotbar item. I'm not seeing a problem
While
with these
running the
controls.
desert marathon on the fourth day,
All right,
you
there's
get caught
talking.
in a
Let me know
sudden
you can hear the
sandstorm,
talking,
right
Stranded.
in between two checkpoints. Following the track becomes impossible, and you soon get lost in a cloud of dust and sand. Blinded by the wind, breathing with difficulty, the sun setting in a direction you can't tell, you start wondering if you'll make it alive, if you'll survive the desert.
Game sounds check. Okay, thank you, Stranded. You're awesome. You are amazing. Quick correction right off the rip. So I went and watched that clip where Bob said the ex-wife's name, and yeah, he didn't freak out. If anything, he agreed with him. So I don't know. Oh, shit. They just threw me out in the fucking desert. I have this feeling like I should have Iron Maiden Power Slave playing in the background. Tell me why I have to be a power slave. I'm a man and a god. Can't I live on? Okay. This is auto going, by the way. Like, I walked there, but apparently, if you can tame a camel, you can tame a camel if you keep feeding it. Oh no. They're not going to make it where I have to have sex with goats, too, right? Alright, there we go. Open, equip the water bottle and the hot bar. Wow, I'm gonna burn to death. I'm a pale white guy in the middle of the desert. This is not good. Okay, how the hell do I equip this to my hot bar? Okay, right. Press right trigger to drink. Might want to save that till you're like dying of thirst, buddy. Craft a crude knife. Well, let's open the panel. What do we got? Tools. A crude knife, huh? I need a pair of stones, apparently. How do I? Okay, that switches. Oh, I'm out in the middle of nothing but sand, guys. We'll pick up a stone. There's one stone. Oh, there's a second stone. Oh no, there's a beetle. That was a poop beetle, I think. Well, damn. I have to hold down the button to run. That kind of sucks. No toggle controls. I don't know why they wouldn't put toggle controls in. We're doing overtime every day, plus maybe working next Friday, so I might only be able to only drop in long enough to say hi. Stranded, I appreciate that because then I won't worry about you. You know, still shout you out and everything else, but then that you know I do get concerned sometimes when I don't see regular people in the chat, stuff like that. Um, and you were always here, so I definitely would have been a little worried. So thank you for letting me know. Okay, this kind of sucks because did that craft? There it goes. Ah, I have a knife. Yeah, well, I'll pick up some rocks. Oh shit! That's a fucking scorpion. It's stingy. Ow. Can I? Am I stabbing it or is it stabbing me? Oh, you son of a bitch! Well, that's some bullshit. Can I cut down this yucca at least? Fuck. Poisoned. I'm gonna die. I'm chopping it. There, okay, there it goes. It finally broke. With, with like, craft a crude axe. Fuck. Now I'm poisoned. I wonder if I'll trip balls. Cordage. Let's see what we got. Wow, that's the crafting system's kind of shit if I'm being honest. I don't know if I needed two of those or not, but I'm gonna craft two anyway. My guy's still like, oh, you are poisoned. Warrior needs food badly. Okay, yep. So I did need them. Let's craft an axe. Fucking scorpion. I Just wanted to kill you and eat you. I don't know where E-Rock's been. He's been kind of quiet lately. You're training the second person too. Well, that's, I mean, hopefully you're getting a little bit of extra loot for that one. Used to love training people. All right, now I got to cut down a palm tree, which means all the way the hell out there in the distance. So that's the only palm tree I'm seeing for like 6 miles. Um, I don't know where E-Rock's been. Shout out to him. He was posting music up and all that kind of stuff, and then he just fell off. There's people that do that. Um, they just fall off or whatever. You know, I know Steve Kerfuffle. I think he got his feelings hurt a little bit and hasn't been around because of that. Which, you know, just a heads up. Last night, the oh shit, I gotta cut these fronds into stems. All right, cut for stems. All right, so I can. Well, I didn't want to pick them all up. Damn it. All right, cut this into sticks. Um, yeah, last night's video, just so you guys know, I got 2 dislikes on it, right? I absolutely know exactly one of those dislikes is because the person who will remain nameless, it was too much of a coward to actually say something in the chat when we were talking about a subject. And the other one was probably because I was talking about Trump and his administration. This game, have you ever played this, Perry? I've never played this before. I don't know if it's shit, if it's good, any of that stuff. So you got somebody who isn't good. That's not good. You've seen it before? Yeah, I don't know if this is good, if it's shit, if it's. I figured I'd give it a shot. It was like $1.99 or something on Black Friday, or $4 on Black Friday, or I don't know, somewhere in there. All the stuff I bought for Black Friday for like the game sales or whatever, everything was like $10 or less. I only bought like 2 or 3 games. I figure even if I just play them for 8 hours, at that point, I get my money's worth. So we'll see what this one's like. What's odd is in real life, I'm actually I'm sweating a little bit because of, I don't know if it has to. All right, I found water. Refill my water bottle. All right. So I should be able to just drink out of it. Yeah. Refill my water bottle again. Well, good. It's an oasis. All right, let's see. Craft a pickaxe. That poison thing's starting to piss me off, though. 2 cordage. 2 more stones I've got to find. No, I don't need 3. I need 2. Available 2. Alright, so I got to cut down another tree, apparently. Can I see your character? By the way, it doesn't go into... Oh, well, actually, yeah, hold on. Let me see. How did I get in the inventory? There you go. I look like a Down syndrome white dude with banged up knees. That's what my guy looks like. But yeah, it's not a third-person game, unfortunately. I had no control over it. Like, saying this thing's bare bones is being generous. Like, it's pretty bare bones so far. That's my take. Like, it's definitely not Ark or Atlas or Valheim so far. It's just, yeah, bare bones. That's the way I would describe it. Like, I'm crafting simple tools. Like, I guess I'm living out in the desert. I'm just like chopping stuff up at this point. Cut one more of these and then pick up the other log. Apparently there's no weight to the character. Because, yeah. Yeah, this one's going to be a weird, interesting game. Still pissed I didn't kill that scorpion. Should have been able to kill that thing in my sleep. Like, I mean, you got a knife, you just stab it real quick. It's a fucking bug. And yet it stung the hell out of me and poisoned me, which I don't know how long poison lasts. Does it last till I die? There's a frog out here for some reason. I didn't know there was actually frogs in the desert. Great, I found one stone. That's it. Oh, I'm swimming in the water. Look at me. I can cool myself off. Yay, me. Hold to drink the water while you're under there. Okay, I see my water and food meters. They're down in the lower left. Stone. All right, let's craft this here pickaxe. Dear Lord. You know, if I had this shit in my inventory, why don't you just make it where it makes sense and my guy auto crafts? Like, if I click on the axe, then clearly I should just auto craft the cordage and all that stuff that goes with it. Pickaxe. Alright, making a pickaxe. Eat some frog legs. Do I look like a Frenchman to you? Yes, he got lost in the desert. No, no, no. Not that person stranded. It wasn't that person. It's somebody else who is in here that I'm not even sure that they subscribe to me. Like I said, I'm not going to name names. I know exactly who it was. I know exactly when it happened. Um, yeah, I don't even think I'm on that person's radar. They're not really on mine, you know, other than a running joke between me and another person. Well, actually, me and a couple people, but no, it's somebody else. And the thing is, it's somebody who acts pious, I guess is the best way of putting it. But if you disagree with their point of view, stuff like that, they get all upset about it and butthurt. But they don't have the, how do I put this, intestinal fortitude to actually say something to you and say, hey, this bothered me and blah, blah, blah. Even in like a private message, they'll like dislike your video and, you know, do that kind of shit. Like, you don't like something, then, you know, don't watch. If you want to watch and you don't like something that's being said, well, oh, I found some desert fruit. If you don't like something being said, then, you know, assert yourself. I'm open to it. I don't think there's ever been a time where it's like I've ignored somebody for having an opinion or, you know, I can argue with you or what have you. You're out on the loop on that one, yeah. My bad, man. I was scared to say anything. It definitely wasn't you, Perry. You have no problem voicing your fucking opinion. I actually appreciate the hell out of you for it, too, if I'm being honest. I like people that push back, challenge, stuff like that. You know, it's not, and no, it's not somebody like Beans. Beans is very vocal. Like, there's plenty of you guys that just something bother if I say something or do something that bothers you. You say, "Oh yeah, this bothered me, and this is why," and cut back on it. But what I've noticed is, and maybe this is just me, or maybe it's just the internet, as it were. It's me. Fuck you, Gam. Eugene, you're epic, brother. Stranded me. Stranded posted a link to it. Eugene, make sure you're checking out Eugene. He told me to go fuck myself. I appreciate him for it. What I've noticed is I was here. Well, somebody was here. That's great. I'm still not seeing where do I unless it's by the Oasis and I'm an idiot. Um, what I've noticed is it's usually people that scream about your free speech and how you should everybody should have free speech. Everybody should have free speech. Right up until you voice something they don't like. And then it's like, oh well, I disagree with what you're saying, so yeah, you might need to curb that speech. Like, and I'm going to tell you now, at one point in time, I would have said, oh yeah, that's pretty much like something on the left, like a tactic that people on the left use. That's what the wokeism pretty much was to me. Is like, yep, everybody who doesn't agree with my position needs to be silenced. And now it has become a thing on the right side of the aisle too, where I just look at it and I shake my damn head. I'm like, do you guys not see what you're doing? Like, you're doing the same exact thing that you get pissed off that people were doing to your side when they had power. It was just some accidental good timing or not. Yeah, that's I don't care. Shout out to Eugene. I love the fact, but that's just it. You've heard Smurf tell me to go fuck myself before. I'm good friends with Smurf. You've heard me tell. Oh, there we go. A stone deposit. You've told me. You've heard me break Smurf's balls. Hell, you heard me and SE start going Jersey on each other. Shout out to SE Wolverines. Get the fuck away from me, you damn scorpion. I don't feel like getting stung again. Anybody write anything on this? I'm completely lost out here too. I have no idea where the hell. Crast a desert bomb. Um, okay. These are tools, placeables. Wait, I better not. I got bit by a scorpion again, or stung by a scorpion rather. Scorpions don't exactly bite. Um, resources, antidote. What? Oh, I can craft an antidote. What do I need? Oh, I gotta kill a fucking scorpion to do that. Damn it. Fuck you, scorpion. All. Okay, desert bomb. How the fuck am I supposed to craft a desert bomb? What is this shit? Place it again. Ruins. Let me see settings. Let me see. Any see like controls are just. I don't even know. What the hell was it for? Let's see. YB crafting. I don't know how the hell you make a desert bomb. Oh, wait. There it is. I'm retarded. Oh, shit. I ate that desert fruit. Oh, fuck. Better hope there's another one that grew back fast. Because if not, this is going to really, really suck. Ah, no, I don't want to cut the desert plant because that's where the fruit grows. Oh, I have... Well, I broke it. I already broke it. I've been playing for 5 minutes and broke the damn game. Now I got to run around in a circle like a fool till a desert fruit apparently grows back. Yeah. What's up, Rogie? How are you, buddy? Rogie, you're always welcome to jump in whenever you want to. If you want to BS, just let me know so you don't scare me and make me poop myself a little. Alright, I found another fruit. This poison shit's killing me, though. Oh, I love Stranded. Has the link for the Discord, right? But doesn't have Discord. That's just insane. Climb a tree and pick a fruit. Okay. How do I climb a tree? Can't I just cut the tree down and pick the fruit? What? Why do I have to? This is coconut palm. I would like to climb. How the hell do I climb? Oh, there's definitely fruit up there. What is this bullshit? Let me climb. That poison's like gonna drive me nuts. Okay, these are dates. Yucca. Date. Yeah, look at that. I can see that damn. B, A. Oh, wait. If I press A, I was able to jump up there. I got me a coconut.
Look at you.
What's going on there, Rogie?
What's up, Mr. GAM?
Okay, if I press down, it drops it. Not much.
How you doing, sir?
Well, hanging in there. Checking out this silly game.
Silly game.
Yeah, it like first thing that happens, I kick over a rock. There's a scorpion under the rock. What happens? You guessed it. I tried stabbing it and it stung me.
Gracious.
So I'm already poisoned.
Sounds like a blast.
Well, then I get out to this here oasis and like walk over. I find a fruit. My guy's like, I'm looking at the hunger bar. I'm like, okay, the hunger bar is down. So I go and pick up the fruit and eat it. And then it's like, yeah, you need the fruit to craft. Like shit. I'm like breaking the game already. I need to see if I can find there's another scorpion running around here. I gotta hit him with see if I can beat him with an axe. If I can't kill a scorpion with an axe, I got problems. Yeah, like there he is.
Squish 'em, GAM, squish 'em.
I got him. I squished him. I squished him good there, Roger.
Very nice, very nice.
So Smurf just came online. It was good. I did. They let me have the night off Amazon. I called out. I was taking a shit, threw my back out. All that turkey. Um,
Gracious.
God, talking about shitting and all that. I forgot what I was going to say to you.
You have a good turkey day, sir?
Yeah, it was pretty good. How'd yours go?
It was all right. Went over to the parents for a little while.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, have you come to the point where you popped the question yet, or?
Man, she's been working every day that I'm not working,
Oh, that sucks. You're gonna have to
and
make
I've kind of
time.
got a general plan because she wants pictures taken. So a buddy of mine, a friend of mine, is going to go possibly bring a person that she's dating as well. We'll go down to the beach, not the beach, but down to like near the beach at
Gotcha.
some point, probably in January on a weekend.
And
Pass it
that's
off as a double date kind of thing, and then get her to take pictures.
is that when you're gonna do the question?
That's when I'm thinking. Um,
I'm
that's when
thinking about her.
should be some weekends to where we're actually lined up to be able to do so.
Gotcha. What the fuck just happened here?
You been getting any of this chilly weather up your way, sir?
Yeah, I thought I was nuts, but it has definitely
I
gotten
mean,
cold out.
you are, but
Well, yeah, I mean, more nuts than usual though. Like it has definitely been cold out.
it's 38 degrees out right now down here. It's been awful windy all day. And of course, it was the day that I'd found out I forgot my warm jacket for work at my parents' house the other day.
Oh yeah.
So I've been slinging ladders in the wind with short sleeves on all day long.
Oh yeah. It's Well, I mean, you live in the south too. Can't craft inventory full. You piece of shit.
Well, stranded, it's actually the best time to go to the beach is when there's nobody else there.
Yes. Yeah. You don't have to deal with.
The only people down there will be the ones that the snowbirds and locals.
Yeah, because it's too cold for the. Well, the locals are just like, yep, can go anytime. Living where I do, I live in a resort town.
Really.
Oh yeah, well, just outside of one. Yeah, Hilton Head
I
Island.
agree, pee the nobody because the sun isn't out at night, so I don't have to worry about burning. That said, I'm not really a beach kind of person in general. I'd rather be up in the mountains.
Flag will appear when you place the marker. Sandstorms will remove certain markers. Okay, I understand now.
Come on. Stranded, Wi-Fi doesn't give you more space on your phone.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say Stranded had said something about
you
that.
would
That's not
you
how
would
that
probably
works.
need to get like a extra storage subscription or something with OneDrive or something
No, no, no.
in the cloud.
She, unfortunately for Stranded, she needs like either upgrade her phone or I don't know what type of phone it is, but buy like an SSD card,
Mm,
like a micro SSD and
yep.
expand the storage. If it's an Apple phone, then you're kind of screwed.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if you have an Apple phone, then you're kind of asking for it anyways, in my opinion. But
Yeah. Yeah, see for me, um damn, I am just wandering. I'm pulling to Jesus right now, just out here wandering the desert, bro.
stranded, it may snow down here once every decade where
Yeah.
it actually sticks.
Mm-hmm. Same thing here.
And we just had that this past year where we had iced over roads and crap. About 4 inches of ice on the roads, and it shut down the entire state pretty much.
should be headed towards this house, but I'm not seeing it. Shit. Yeah, down south, like, you can go to the beach all year round, as a matter of fact. Oh, I can actually see now. What the
Now,
fuck?
you won't want to be in the water all year round
Yeah.
necessarily, but unless you're like in Florida a little ways down.
Okay, she's got Android, got an SD card, moved my pics to it. Discord is kind of a memory hog and a bigger program. I don't know. Oh, I see my house. Dude, this pressed up on the controller, it would just walk by itself. I can actually just put the controller in my lap now. I really wish they had an auto run button here, if I, toggle, because I don't want to hold down my damn stick.
Oh yeah, stranded. It was if 4 inches of that. I mean, it was enough
Oh
ice to
yeah.
cover the
Well,
roads, and there were
all right. So
ruts. We don't have the infrastructure or the machinery to prepare the
so
roads or anything
so
like that.
yeah. This is weird. And again, like, bro, I know you've never lived up north, right?
Mm, right.
But in the north, every year they go out and they salt the roads. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
It,
No. We if it's about to be a snowstorm, the DOT will go and throw sand out on
right.
like major highways, and that's it.
And that barely does shit. So the whole thing is, um, because they don't salt the roads all the time, whenever you get snowfall down in the south, it's a disaster. Like, you can have an inch, you could have a light dusting, and
If there's
it's
ice at all, it's
yeah,
done.
it's kind of the same as if you had a full blown snowstorm. Like, it would be like a blizzard up north, and people still drive in blizzards and stuff. The other problem is when you're close to somewhere where you get a lot of out of towners that come down. You have a couple different type of people that are on the road. So when it snows down here, it just stays home,
Yep.
like, at all. And the reason why is because you have people that come down from the north that are used to the roads being, salted and treated and everything else, and they drive like they're up north on those roads, like the roads have been treated, so they end up causing major accidents every time. Then the other guys you get are the assholes down here that have, like, big old trucks with big old knobby tires and, like, yeah, I can drive through anything. I go swamping all the time. I do this, I do that. And they hit that patch of ice, that smooth patch of ice, or, like black ice on the road, and go flying off into the woods and just, like, wreck their vehicle, wreck themselves.
You don't know just how accurate that is, Gam.
Oh, no, I know exactly
Um,
how they sprayed brine yesterday here and expecting a couple inches.
Now that said, it probably would be similar to someone from up north trying to drive in tropical storm or hurricane weather
And
like
that
we do down
happens
here.
down here all the time, right?
Because we drive in that like it's nothing.
Yeah. Like, all of a sudden people have their hazards on. You're like, what is going on with this? Like, why are you driving with your hazards on? It's not even a bad
Exactly.
downpour. Like, what
Like you
is
don't put your hazards on.
yeah, like, why are you don't put your hazards on? Like, there's a lot of times if I'm seeing, like, I was interstate driving, I was going to Jacksonville, and I had to pull off the road for 2 hours during, like, because we get torrential downpours where it's like somebody turns a fire hose. I've always described it as, imagine if you had a pair of midgets standing on the roof of your car, and just throwing buckets of water repeatedly on the windshield. Like it's like somebody turned a fire hose on the windshield while you're driving. You can't see shit, but you learn to drive in it. And I pull if I see a shit ton of out of state plates, I pull off. I pull off the road.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
pull into a parking spot and just wait for it to stop because and then go back out on the road and every time there's like, oh look, New Jersey plates. Oh look, car accident. What's up, Donnie Vols? It's good to see
Yeah,
you.
there's nothing more rage invoking than seeing someone from out of town throw on their hazards and driving like 5 mile an hour in the rain when it's not even heavy rain.
Yeah. Well, you think you got
Like
it
if you
bad.
can have your wipers on and not be maxed out, and that be okay to see, then yeah, keep going 5, 10 mile an hour, like 5 over the speed limit.
Yep.
If it's enough to have it maxed out, then yeah, go the speed limit, maybe a little slower. But don't throw your freaking hazards on.
Yeah. Yeah. Living on the coastline, and I mean that's just it. Growing up in the north and learning how to drive through blizzards, hitting black ice. I've hit black ice in my coming home from when I was working GameStop. I'll never forget. I'm coming home. I'm just watching the snow's coming down, and it's a blizzard. And anybody who's ever driven in a blizzard, you get like snow blindness because it's almost like in Star Wars is the best way I describe it, Rogue, to somebody who's never driven through one. Just imagine, like, you know how they're going through the star field in hyperspace?
Mm-hmm.
That's what your windshield kind of looks like. Like, you're just seeing.
Gracious.
So you can lose focus or whatever. You kind of want to slow down. You don't want to go so slow that you're screwing up, but you definitely want to slow down a bit and all that. Almost like driving through a downpour. And I'll never forget. I'm driving, and there must have been probably about a foot and a half of snow on the roads already. Snow plows had gone through. It's kind of slushy, salt trucks, all that. But it's bad out. Like, it's really bad. Freezing temperatures. So, of course, freezing temperatures mean that you're going to have black ice. And I'm like cruising along, and it was, no divider in the center of it, but 3 lanes each side of the highway. And it was just basically like me out there. And this asshole thought he was in like the Fast and Furious movies or something. I honestly don't know what the fuck he was thinking. But he's driving like, one of those little kitted out cars like Fast and the Furious. And he comes flying past me. He's doing I don't know. I'm going to say he's doing like 50 miles an hour. Like, if the speed limit on the road normally is like 50, 55, he's doing like right about that. And
Mm.
I'm doing like 40 miles an hour, 35, 40 miles an hour. And he goes flying past me. And I'm like, what a dick. All of a sudden, I see up ahead in the road, all I see is his taillights go left, go right, completely spin around. And then, like, I see headlights facing me, basically, up a ways. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, did he just wreck? Sure enough, there he is, caught, like, off the side of the road, smacked the front of his car up in a snowbank. I drove past, rolled down my window, and I was just like, nice driving, asshole. And just kept going. Like, I didn't even bother, like, are you all right? Or anything. Nope, nice driving, asshole. Because, like,
Gracious.
you earned it. At that point, you're retarded. Like, why would you do that? Open map, place icon. Okay, how do I place icon? Oh, okay. I can, okay. Hunt any animal you can find. Supposedly, there's all kinds of secrets in this game, by the way. I see a fucking frog. I'm gonna kill him. Need to get rid of this poison though. But yeah, it's weather in different places. Down here, it definitely screwed me up the first time I got caught in a torrential downpour. Fucked me up bad. Up north, I was used to, like, it's crazy because New Jersey, I rode a motorcycle one time, like I had a street bike. I rode it through a hurricane. And I mean, we're going back years and years. Man, I was like, I don't understand how people are, afraid of hurricanes, all this stuff. Yeah, let me tell you something. Having been in one down in the south and been in an actual fucking hurricane, yeah, no. Like, it's actually, I'm not gonna, the first one you go through is kind of terrifying. After that, it gets, you get used to it because you prep for it and everything else. But the first time you go through one, it'll scare the shit out of you.
You just
Think,
gotta enjoy the ride, man.
oh, dude, well, when I was a kid, we had gone to visit family out in the Midwest. There was a tornado, so we had to go down in a tornado shelter. Like they had a basement or whatever that you went down into. And then, God, I must have been about 9, 10 years old. California, I was out in LA and there was an earthquake. So I've been through one of those. Hurricane, been through it. Um, Blizzard, I've been through quite a few of those actually. I'm trying to think what else. I guess the only, what's left, a volcano. Let's see if there's any more of this damn fruit laying around. Yeah, volcano, I guess. That would be the only thing that I got left to go through. Which I think I'm good on that. I think I'll skip. I would like to skip volcanoes if I can avoid them.
Oh yeah, hard pass.
Yeah. But yeah, like Ohio, I can imagine. Midwest is the weather is definitely a lot different than down south. Northeast is a lot different from down south too.
Yep, you just gotta pick your poison on what kind of extreme weather you're gonna take.
Yeah, yeah, that's unfortunate. You're always going to have weather in one way or another. And
It's
you're like,
just that
well,
the
I'll go out to
South happens to
California
have
because it's not
most of the
terrible.
extremes.
And then you're dealing with wildfires and smog and shit piles everywhere. So you just take what you can get, I guess. I rode my motorcycle in the rain, and you told me not to drive, but I made it out alive. So you said that only proves that I'm insane. It's a fucking fantastic song. Rogue's like, I never heard that song. What song are you on about now? If it wasn't
can't
about a
say I've heard
truck,
that one.
a girl leaving her boyfriend, a dog dying, I don't know what it's about then. Do you know what song? You know that song that
I don't think
Stranded's
I do.
talking about? You May Be Right by Billy Joel. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the lights, don't try to save me. You may be wrong for all I know, but you may be right. And it's going to take a minute to get used to it. These controls are a bit funky. before I go doing that, what do I need for a bow? 2 sticks, cordage, arrows. Let me get stone, which I just put away. Shit. Oh, and I need cordage for that. Alright. Crude spear. What do we need for that? 1 log, 1 stone, and 1 cordage. And of course I just cut up all the fucking logs. Shit. Yeah. Oh, I fucked up the lyrics. That's okay. I fucked them up too, I think. The line in that, and you may be right, that always screwed me up. He says, I rode, rode through, and then I could never make out what he was saying. Like, I rode through something alone. And I always thought it was like your bedroom alone or something like this, and it was Bedford style alone, or style alone. And I ended up looking it up, and it was something to do with like New York. Rogue's still like, I ain't never heard no song like this. Yeah, I think you're making it up, GAM.
There's plenty I haven't heard yet.
Yeah, it's actually like, I almost want to guarantee that you've heard it for some reason. Like, I don't know why. I want to say you've probably heard it before, but I think you've probably heard it before.
Mm.
Like, it's a classic. Like, you've probably heard it on the radio, don't even know you've heard it.
It's a possibility.
Mudslides. I mean, I don't think Eugene's towards, well, who knows. My geography isn't great, but I would think for a mudslide you'd have to be like towards a mountainous region, so to speak. I would suspect.
Meanwhile, we get the fun combo of hurricanes, tornadoes, and extreme heat.
Yeah. Yeah, hurricanes,
Plus every
tornadoes,
bug in the
extreme
U.S.
heat. Yeah, we don't. The bugs here, the only ones that will fuck you up are the palmetto bugs.
They won't mess you up.
No, I
Maybe give you
mean,
a heart attack.
that's what I mean. Like, they're huge, like giant ass cockroach. Basically that squish. Like New York cockroaches, you can step on them, you can drop like basically a 10-ton anvil on their heads, and they don't squish. At least it's just like, oh, I stepped on this thing and it's squished, or I smacked it and it just squished. The only bugs down here that are invasive and a pain in the ass, in my opinion,
Stink bugs.
I don't get stink bugs a whole lot.
We've got a bunch. They're bad down here, but those and the Asian lady beetles that are similar to American ladybugs.
Yeah, I haven't seen those either, but we get fire ants.
Oh, fire ants are everywhere.
Dude, they are a fucking pain in the ass. I thought they were up north. You get sugar ants, right? They look identical to fire ants. So you're like, I always picture fire ants are like these bright red damn ants. And then, famous story. The famous GAM goes to the south and thinks he knows shit and has no clue what the fuck he's talking about, and his wife makes him look like an asshole.
That's several things, isn't it?
Yeah, it's several things.
About like with the alligators.
Dude, that's just it. It's the same story as with the alligators. But before the alligators, we are so. When I first got married and all this, I take the kids to the kids and the wife. We all load up. We go to play frisbee golf, and we're playing. We're like, oh, cool. You know, they're like, oh, cool. So I'm going to teach them how to play frisbee golf. But it's like a nature trail walk with frisbee golf course to it. So we're on the nature trail, all this stuff. And I threw it, and it landed next to a fire ant nest. It was the first thing that happens. And I fucking turn around, and I'm just like, I go to reach for it. My wife's like, be careful. That's a fire ant nest. Nah, no, it's not. She said, what do you mean, no, it's not? Said, fire ants are like bright red. You don't know what the fuck you're talking. She's like, I'm telling you, that's a fire ant nest. So what do you think I did to prove her wrong?
Put your hand right up in it.
That's correct. I put my hand right
Oof.
across it and mushed it down so all the ants crawled on my hand. Held my hand up and said, see, they're fucking sugar ants. They're not. Holy fuck. Dude, those things, like my whole hand was like one giant ass blister. Like, I mean, I must have had like 20, 30 pustules in a matter of seconds. And, you know, of course, I'm like, holy shit. She's like, I told you they're fire ants, you retard. And then,
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes,
right.
GAM.
Well, and then it goes on because then there's signs right there because there's big old lagoons all around the sides of his fucking course. And of course, the signs say, beware, alligators in area. I said, there's no alligators. What? Yeah, that shit's in Florida. That's not here in South Carolina. That's some shit they put up for the tourists. My wife's like, no, there's fucking alligators. Like, they'll get a hold of you and fuck you up. Like, nah, you're full of shit. She's like, look, I'm telling you. Yeah, whatever. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I throw the disc. It goes down on this embankment right on the edge of the lagoon. And there's like a little small island out in the middle of the lagoon. And I start to go for it. And the kids are like, hey, don't, just leave it. Leave it. What do you mean, leave it? I'm not leaving my disc. I've had that disc for like 8 years. I'm not losing my disc. It's on the embankment. I'm just going to get it. You understand? Alligator's going to eat you. You know, like, they're down there. So I'm like, you guys got to stop with this shit trying to, you know, fuck with me because I'm from up north. I go down on the embankment, and I get my hand on the disc. Like, I slide down the embankment, grab a hold of the disc, and all of a sudden I hear bloop, bloop. And I see, like, the rings from the water, like something, you know, like if somebody threw a rock out in the water. So at first, my brain registers it as, oh, they're fucking with me. And then I see on the island, I see an actual fucking alligator. It's about 6, 7 foot long. Goes sliding into the water. And then all of a sudden I notice that I'm seeing ripples in the water from 4 different angles. And they're all coming right towards me. I ran up that embankment as fast as I could. And I screamed, there's fucking alligators. They're like, we told you, you dumb fuck. Like, wait, I thought they just put that shit up to scare the tourists. No, we told you. There's actual alligators. Like, oy vey. I haven't come across any anacondas down here. Florida, they're all over the Everglades. Those and Burmese pythons.
Burmese pythons, those are in Florida.
But
They're a problem.
We haven't seen many of them in South Carolina yet. Now, granted, copperheads, rattlesnakes, water moccasins, shit like this, you'll see all the time. You'll see them dead on the side of the road. You'll see them in
or
your yard.
cottonmouth, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, cottonmouths. Now,
same as a water moccasin. But
since I feed the feral cat population, there are times where I will go out in my yard. And cats treat them like they are playthings. Like, they smack the shit out of snakes. I'm sure I probably lost a cat or two to a bite at some point and just didn't know it. You know, like they got poisoned. But for the most part, I'll go out there and I found dead snakes.
We have coral snakes down here as well.
Yeah, we have coral snakes too, but you have to be
You don't
a
have to worry
special.
about them because they don't have fangs. They have to
Well,
chew. They have regular teeth. And they have to chew on you to get their venom into you.
yeah, but you're dead if they get you.
Oh
The
yeah,
big
if they do get.
the big thing with the coral snake though is they stay pretty much hidden, like under a log, like hiding a log, shit like that. They're not something
Mhm.
that you're just going to be walking down a trail and like, oops, what the hell did I just step on? Shit, and like get tagged.
Yeah,
You
they're
have to
not
like be
aggressive.
fucking with it. Yeah, you have to really like be threatening them to get them to bite you. I found a pyramid. Uh, what happened? How I see Stranded told the joke about a country song being played backwards. Outer Banks, huh? Huh. I've never been to the Outer Banks. I found a big ass pyramid here, Rogue.
Hmm?
I found it in this game. I just found a big old pyramid.
I see.
Shit, I don't even know where I am. The map doesn't auto fill in or anything, so
Strange. Stranded said, "Dude, you found the Stargate."
yeah. I mean, next thing I know, MacGyver's going to show up with James Spader. I don't even think you get that reference, do you, Rogue?
Afraid not.
So MacGyver played the Colonel. Kurt Russell played him in the movie version of Stargate. And then on SG-1, Stargate SG-1, it was MacGyver who played him. And the main scientist, Daniel, I can't remember what his name was. Something Daniel. That's all I remember was his first name. Was like the scientist or whatever that went through, and he was played by James Spader in the movie. I keep going like all kinds of weird ways with this. I'm still in like tutorial mode, and
Well,
I
you were
keep
waiting to be let in.
eat this coconut pulp. Funny thing about coconuts, something they never told you on Gilligan's Island. Coconut milk and eating large amounts of it, while it will sustain you, can also act as a laxative.
Mm. A lot of fruits are that way, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but you know,
Like apple juice is that way.
I don't know. I found a whole pyramid. It's all set up. Apparently, whoever these guys were, they were smart enough to make loincloths. You know what I could use? I could use a torch. Where's that torch at? I know I saw one in here. Ah, shit, I need a fucking frond. Let's go see if I can find Ra Amaset, the god of the temples. If you watch Buffy, you will get that. Um, damn, Perry. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that topic. I will tell you that you know, like white people um, always go, I've never said that word or whatever. No, I've used that word. I worked just outside. Well, actually, on the outskirts, and had a lot of friends that were from one of the roughest cities in New Jersey, and that word was bandied around by everybody. So it was just like nobody even gave a shit. Not unless you were directing it at a person specifically. What? But I don't like the word. Um, Only because it all depends on the context in which you're using the word. You know what I mean? Like if you can call somebody an idiot, like oh you idiot or whatever, but it's a lot of it has to do with the context in which you use it in. It could be the most offensive word that you could ever say is calling somebody an idiot, believe it or not. Ancient scroll. Oh, a metal axe, huh? They ain't screwing around here. I see a trap. Shit, I need a metal ingot to get across this. Um, yeah, I don't know. If you're using it as a term for an ignorant person, like, I don't know. For me, it's just not to my taste, I guess you could say. Somebody can say it, yeah, but I mean, there's also consequences to saying that word to the wrong person. Definitely can see people getting their ass beat for saying it, you know, like actually getting beat. What is this? Oh, that's a bandage. What the hell is this? Is this bread? What the hell? Man, it's not giving me. Okay, yeah, I'm poisoned. I don't give a shit about that. What did I just find? Those look
You're
like
poisoned
arrows.
again.
I'm trying to figure this shit out because I swear I just found like arrows and I think that's a bandage. I gotta look at. Okay, that's cloth. What the hell's the other thing I just found though? Long shirt, straw hat, a backpack or a satchel. I'm guessing I need leather for that. Yeah, same thing with the backpack. Makes sense. I can make a turban. I can be all cool and yummy gummy. For cloth, make pants. That'd probably help. What's Desert Bomb do? Heals sunburn. I don't think I have sunburn. I need raw hemp to make
Good
cloth.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's the same way. Like there's not too many words. Don't make me clutch pearls. You know what I mean? There's certain stuff people will say, and you're just like, yeah, what? Like talking weird shit. Like, wait, what the fuck are you even talking about, my guy? You know, but yeah, but you're free of consequences. I mean, yeah, I mean, at the same point in time, if you're in a disagreement and you say some words and somebody silences you for saying those words, you know, like expressing yourself, and I'm not saying like, you know, something that everybody kind of agrees like, well, that's a racial slur, right? That's a little different because we all, I think, as a society, all agree like, okay, that word in particular, right, with the hard R, is racially motivated. Like I think we can all agree that yeah, if you're saying that to somebody and it's specifically to a black person, and you're saying it in the context of just being a racist, then it's the same way the homophobic slur for a gay man that starts with an F, a bundle of sticks. Like you can say that, like I have no problem with that word. Now, if you and I are joking back and forth, I know you're a straight guy and I call you that, right? You should take it as an insult and everything else, but it's just a word. Doesn't matter. Now, if you walk up on a gay person that you know is a gay man and say it to him, and you're saying it from a place of hate, like actual, like, I hate you because of your sexual orientation, that's when that word becomes consequential, in my opinion. But if you're joking around, like if I say that to Rogue right now, I know he's not.
It wouldn't be
And
the first
that's
time.
right. Yeah, and I probably called Rogue that before, to be honest with you. Stuff like that. They
What's
can
up,
punch you
mister?
in the peen, though. Fruitcake. Yep. Yeah, you're right. I mean, they definitely like a lot of nuts in them. So, yeah, calling them a fruitcake would be correct. And it's good to see you, mister. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, chilling out, and smashing the like button, hanging out, having fun.
Is Steve Kerfuffle been in lately? I don't know if I've
Nah, I
noticed any
mean,
of the
I haven't seen
comments.
him since I went off about him, like, kind of God worshiping Candace Owens for her hot takes on Israel. Not everything's
Oh, really?
Israel. Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah, she's
uh,
just a wackadoodle at this point, in
dude,
my opinion.
I mean, I don't think. Look, I don't blame her. Her friend died. She wants answers to questions. Nobody's seeming. I see it as a failure of transparency. You don't get somebody like Candace Owens preaching, or asking all these questions and investigating stuff and everything else. I don't like the Scooby Doo shit where, she's treating it like it's some kind of magical mystery, and she's got her Sherlock Holmes hat on and is like, oh well, there were these what was the last one? Like there was these airplanes and they were registered to Egypt and they weren't on any flight logs or some dumb shit like this. And I'm just like, yeah, that happens all the time. They're not going to tell you. But I tracked down everything to do with the tail number and all that. Okay, did they? So you're telling me there was assassins on there and that's who killed your friend? Well, no, that has nothing to do with it. But Israelis dress like Egyptians sometimes to fool people. Like, come on now. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you're running in a circle. Like, a lot of this shit means nothing. You're profiting off of it. Like, that's the part I think that actually does bother me. Is that you're profiting off your friend's death at this point. You're not like giving that money to some kind of Christian charity or something, which is, the big thing is like you're a Christian, right? You're not giving it to a Christian charity. You're just literally stating a whole bunch of extra facts that are irrelevant to everything. Unless you're going to actually figure out the investigation on your own, you're not. I get it. You're looking at it from every eye. I'm going to explore everything to do with this. All right, that's admirable. But at the same point in time, some shit you don't need to know. Like, hey, they served rice. They they served they served rice at the lunch that Charlie Kirk was at before he was assassinated. Therefore, we have to look at all the rice vendors to find out if the Chinese were involved in this in some kind of way. Like wait, what? Wait, what the fuck are you talking about, ma'am? Like I'm not sure I understand here what you're doing. Like it's the extra information that you can overload yourself on information. It's to be honest with you, it's the way a lot of conspiracy theories happen. If we're all being intellectually honest, that's you over examine something to a point where it becomes ridiculous. And you're not solving the case. Like you're not benefiting anything. One thing I did see that I was like, what the fuck? Um, that actually did kind of shock me was Erica Kirk. I don't know how I felt about this one either. She was at something, and I saw this on PBD's podcast, so blame him that I'm even talking about this shit. But Erica Kirk was there with JD Vance, and she like put her hand on the back of his head, and like PVD, to his credit, had the same fucking gut reaction I did. I was like, yo, he's a married man. You don't do that. I don't give a shit. Well, they're close friends and all that. Fuck that. Like, somebody put their hand on the back of my head like that, my wife would knock the shit out of them. Like, you know what I mean?
If
Like,
not
they're just.
worse.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. That's just something you don't do. Like it was like it definitely made me feel uneasy. And I get maybe it was harmless, maybe they're just very close, like close and all that. And it like it's crazy because it's not like JD Vance could be like, get your hand off me, bitch, or anything else, because they're in public, they're being filmed, all that kind of stuff. But I guarantee you that, like if it were me, I probably would have pulled away, and it would have been a bad picture about a rift between. And I'd be like, no, I'm married. You can't be putting your fucking hands on me like that. Like if somebody did that to my wife, I'd be like, yo, do you like having a hand? Because you're about to lose it. Like they're gonna call you Lefty for the rest of your life, sir. Mm. You guys are talking about Black Friday.
Yeah, there's Black Friday has kind of lost its relevance at this point because people have been
Well,
running
that's just it.
sales
My
for like
wife's
two
like,
weeks.
they should just call it Black
Black
Friday month.
November.
Yeah, Black November, because, yeah, exactly. Because that's just it. She's like, all the sales are going on for like a month now and stuff. I'm like, yeah, well, that should tell you exactly where our economy is. The whole point of Black Friday was, and the reason why it's called Black Friday is because it was supposed to bring your red line sales up into the black for the year, because you're in the fourth quarter. It's the push towards the holidays, all that stuff. So you put everything on discount to try and boost your sales to get you over your sales goal. And now it's like a month long. It's interesting to say the least. But yeah, do you know about the casting couch GAM? I've never been on one, but I know what they are. It's called Black Week, not joking. I believe that, mister. I mean, like I said, that's the whole point to Black Friday is to boost sales, to get your sales into the black for the year or the quarter at least. Like, because you're closing out and trying to liquidate inventory that didn't sell through the year, stuff like that. You have an overabundance. So you run a sale on something to get people on the door to buy not just that, but then they buy other shit while they're there. So I could see that. I could see them doing it for an entire week, like that being a thing. Yeah, Mister
Yeah,
had
the
a
problem
cast.
is they also like to up the prices just before Black Friday and such, and then mark it down like it's some kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that definitely has happened in recent times too. It's like, look at this great deal. Like, yeah, look at this. It was on sale for. They did that with. Oh shit! I died. Been there, done death. The desert claimed you. It's because I was fucking poisoned, bastards. Wait, is it permadeath on this game? I didn't even think about that. Oh shit! It is permadeath.
For real stranded, they need to put
What?
discounts on the food instead of TVs.
I mean, yeah, they did that with Avatar Pandora.
While running the desert marathon,
Oh my god. Yo, I had that shit set to non-permadeath, and I died once, and that's it. I got to start all over. I got to find all that shit again. Wonder if everything's still in the same place. All because one scorpion stung me in the beginning of the game. That's some pretty bullshit right there. All right, well,
Is there not a way of curing yourself?
there was, but I ate the fucking fruit instead of using it for what it was supposed to be used
Instead of
for.
making an
That's what I
antidote.
was saying. I broke the game.
Uh,
It, dude, I can't blame you there, Mister. You know what? When that movie released in theaters, I could have watched it immediately and didn't. And yeah, I have no intention of watching it. I have no intention of watching the follow up. The original Avatar was, 3D and all that, and was definitely like, wow, it was pretty amazing. You're not gonna get me to spend $35 to watch Blue Monkey People again. It's just not happening.
one and done.
One and done. And yet if he had launched those two movies a year or two after the first one, I think they would have been like, wow, amazing blockbuster hits. He waited. All right, if I can equip all right, you're going to the hot bar, and drink that water. Cut down the yucca tree. Yeah, I know.
There just hasn't really been any good movies worth going and seeing.
Predator Badlands wasn't terrible. I don't know if I would have paid $35 to go see it, but that's just me. Like, selecting, you want to dismantle from your inventory and press the dismantle button. Wait, what? Are you telling me I skipped something in the first playthrough? How do I dismantle? Oh, look at that. There is a whole thing. Item dismantled. And then craft a crude axe. Yeah, I think you're right about that. It's a shame too that there aren't movies that will make me get off my ass and go to a movie theater to see them.
All it is reskins nowadays.
You know,
Reskins, reboots, sequels.
yeah. First one was good. The second one was okay. They just need to leave it there. First one came out right around Blu-ray, so it was awesome to take your kids to see back then. Yeah, well, I mean, it was like you felt like you were in that world when you watched it in the movie theater back in the day, and especially in 3D. Like if you saw it in IMAX 3, you felt like you were on that planet with them, and that experience is kind of gone nowadays. I guess is the best way of putting it. You never saw Avatar? It was all right. I'm not going to say it was a terrible movie. I think it was way overhyped. Yeah, and you know what? Funny enough, Mister just called that out. Major actors are all doing TV commercials now to pay the bills. They're not doing Hollywood movies. Um, I have to say I am looking forward to Avengers Doomsday to see what they do with it. At the same point, because I know they're going to kill so many people off. That's the, if I'm being like actual honest about it, they're going to kill a lot of people. Like I mean, if it follows the comic at all, and the fact they're going to Secret Wars afterwards, and it's not Secret Wars like back in the day with the Beyonder and like the 80s version of Secret Wars, they're going with the modern day Secret Wars, which was the collapse of the multiverse and ending all like the Ultimates Ultimate Universe, and then 616 is like the Marvel Comics universe. They kind of combine everything together, if that makes sense. So, like the big thing that come out of it, really, in hindsight, from that whole that version of Secret Wars, Doom became God for a while. All this stuff, it was really just to get Miles Morales Spider-Man into the main Marvel universe. That's what it felt like. Like everything else was like, eh. Like even the ending was kind of to it. But them doing Battle World, all that, I'm just more excited. Because, and I shouldn't be. I'm afraid they're gonna screw it up. I want to see Doctor Doom done right on the big screen. He's like one of my favorite Marvel villains, and if they've never quite landed the plane with him. The closest I've seen was when they did oh god, the Harvey Korman, what was it, Harvey Korman, I can't remember. They had a Fantastic Four movie that should have never seen the light of day, that was locked up in a vault. Like the thing was like in a big rubber costume and stuff. And to be honest with you, the movie was, if it had modern graphics and everything to it, in my opinion, probably would have been the best of the Fantastic Four movies to come out. But the way they did Doctor Doom in it, he was over the top and kind of cartoony. But it was actually closer than the Doctor Dooms we've gotten in the movies. Surprisingly enough. You like the original Mummy movies? Do you mean the Boris Karloff The Mummy, or do you mean Brendan Fraser in the Desert Mummy movies? Yeah, you're right. Um, well, they kind of did a somewhat Crisis on Infinite Earths. They just called it Flashpoint instead. Because if Flashpoint in the comics wasn't like, oh, look, Zod's coming down, and you had Supergirl instead of Superman, and all that kind of crap. The actual, like, Crisis on Infinite Earths was Aquaman and Wonder Woman ended up marrying each other because they merged Paradise Island and Atlantis together, and then Wonder Woman ended up being jealous of Mira and killing her, and Aquaman waged war with her. So you also didn't have a Michael Keaton 1980s Batman either in Crisis on Infinite Earths, or not in Flashpoint. You had Thomas Wayne, like where Bruce Wayne was actually the one who got shot. His mother, Martha Wayne, became the Joker, and Thomas Wayne became Batman that used guns. All right, I'm picking up this fruit, but I am not eating it. Yeah, they just, I don't know. The DC, I'm a little concerned about because I saw, and they said it was the live action trailer for, oh God, what the hell is it? Lanterns, the TV show for Green Lanterns, and like I pointed out, Atrocitus is one of my favorite lanterns. Actually, Sinestro is my favorite of all the Lantern Corps, any of the Green Lantern mythos. Sinestro is by far my favorite. The man who's mastered fear, who was the greatest of the Green Lanterns before Hal Jordan, and then basically embraces fear instead of hope, or not hope, will. Thal Sinestro is my favorite, and they show like a yellow lantern ring, and I think they might have shown Parallax in the trailer, but there's something about it. It felt like it was made with AI. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't think they've caught the essence of Green Lantern yet, if I'm being honest about it. So I think the guy they got playing John Stewart is a fantastic pick to play John Stewart too, because well, I know Rogue's probably like, I don't understand none of this stuff you just said, Gam.
Green Lantern stuff? To an
Yeah.
extent, yeah.
So John Stewart was a Marine, and he was also an architect. And Hal Jordan was Air Force. And it's just like they're doing it like it's a buddy cop show. You like Kilowog? Kilowog's badass. He's a drill sergeant. Like Kilowog he is really really cool. Yeah, my favorites were always Sinestro, followed by Atrocitus. I always loved Atrocitus. One of my favorite parts about Atrocitus is his pet cat, Dexter. Dexstar, I should say. Because, like, I think in New 52, and I know I'm talking way, getting into some nerd talk here, but the Red Lantern rings are rage. So anybody who doesn't follow the comics, that kind of stuff. You have Green Lantern is will, and Yellow Lantern is fear, and then Red Lantern is rage. Like, so you have the ability to inspire great anger or have great hate in your heart in order to make it happen. Well, Dexter was like a Earth cat that was treated like shit. This girl found him, took him in as her pet, and then it was the only love he ever knew. And basically, these guys broke into the girl's apartment, like she was in whatever city it was in. I don't even remember what city it was. Now I'm thinking about it. And these dudes broke in. They basically murdered her. The cops didn't care about the cat at all. And then some street thugs found him and took him, put him in a bag, and threw him off a bridge. And as he was falling into the water, the Red Lantern ring found him and bound with him, like ripped through the bag and bound to his tail. And it was like you have the ability to great rage, and he went and just the whole thing with the Red Lanterns, their power, they spit this blood that basically will burn something down to bone. Like if it hit a human being, they're just melted to bone. And he goes and finds the two thugs that broke into the chick's place and melted them. Like just brutally melts them. Like takes them apart and melts them, and then goes into the Red Lantern homeworld or whatever, and Atrocitus takes him as his pet cat. Kyle Rayner. Um, I don't really like Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner was an artist. Um, so what's cool about Kyle Rayner, because well, last I saw he was a White Lantern. He learned to use every ring in the spectrum. That's the only way you can become a White Lantern. You have to know how to use every one of the different colors out of the emotional spectrum: will, fear, compassion. Let me see: will, fear, compassion, greed, well, avarice or greed, love, which is what the star sapphires are. Boom, boom, boom. Which one am I missing? I'm missing one. Oh, hope. Hope is the Blue Lantern, Saint Walker, and he learns to use all of them and then becomes like a White Lantern. The thing with Kyle Rayner, that's where the term fridging comes from. I don't know if you know what fridging is, Rogue.
Nope.
That's where you kill off a hero's love interest to give them motivation. So the girl is just basically like their love interest is just a plot device. The reason it's called fridging is because they did this comic where, yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm putting down the controller so I can talk shit. Um, they did they did this comic. Kyle Rayner was the Green Lantern. So you had different Green Lanterns that came from Earth. You have Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, Baz Simon. He's one of the more modern ones. Jessica Cruz. She's a modern one. Oh God, what's his name? The one that they just had with the bowl cut. Why can't Guy Gardner, right? Well, Kyle Rayner's off planet dealing with stuff. He comes back and he's got a fiance. Like, and they introduced her maybe like 3 issues before that. All of a sudden, he's in love and has a fiance. Well, he comes back to Earth and finds her in the fridge in his apartment. Like
Mm.
this serial killer got her and like basically killed her and put her in the fridge. And so whenever they kill off a love interest like that, they call it fridging, fridging the girl. Like she was so not important to the story. Basically, she got fridged, which is like what the fuck. But yeah, fridging some, you're fridged. A Blue Lantern Hope, yeah. Universe after a while. So, I mean, well, then you have the Black Lantern, which is Death. That's Necron. As a matter of fact, you had an event in DC called Blackest Night where Necron killed a whole bunch of the superheroes and he can resurrect them. But they come back like basically zombie versions of the superheroes. And in order to beat Necron, because it was a huge threat, they had to give different characters power rings. So from different aspects of the emotional spectrum, and of course that's when you actually get your first White Lantern, right? Which is life, opposite of death. It's all the different colors together make life. But yeah, you had, if I remember correct, Lex Luthor got Avarice, which is the Orange Lantern, right? And their fleas is really there's only one lantern ring, and the Orange Lantern motto is mine. That's it. That's That's the entirety. Like so, Green Lantern. It's in brightest day and blackest night. No evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might fear my power. Green Lantern's light. Right.
Mhm.
With the each one of them has an oath that they have to do to recharge their power ring from the lantern. Like it's an oath to their spectrum. The Orange Lantern oath is just mine. 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 Mine, mine, mine. And as far as I know, the only Orange Lantern is really legitimately Larfleeze. Larfleeze is like this alien, but with the Orange Lantern, what's cool about his ring, he basically rips your soul out of you. Like when he kills you, takes your soul, and you become part of the power ring. So
Gracious.
so yeah, he just collects people. Like you become his. He takes your soul out of you, and you become part of the power ring. So like he summons you like a spirit, basically, to fight on his behalf. Saint Walker, the Blue Lanterns have basically like no power. What they do is they boost the power of the Green Lantern. Like so, hope goes hand in hand with will, and they end up building a Blue Lantern Corps eventually, but the only Blue Lantern was an alien called Saint Walker, and like he's actually a cool like Saint Walker's awesome actually. Thinking about it, and then of course Hal Jordan's love interest Carol Ferris ends up becoming a Star Sapphire, like Pink Lantern, basically. And I'm trying to think. And then you have the Indigo Tribe, which is compassion. And the Indigo Lanterns, their whole thing is all of them were evil people in life. Like, they're like a redemption tribe. And they don't talk. All they say is NOK, knock. So you have, like, the leader of that is Indigo One. They don't even have names. This is more complicated than organic chemistry. It is, but I'll tell you what, it's I definitely recommend. There's a reason why for a while there they had Jeff Johns was the head of DC, and one of his main comics was Green Lantern. Right, that was one of the comics he was most known for, and he was able to lay everything out into a plan where it all fits together. And Jeff Johns, like, it's still like one of my favorite things from a comic. Everybody kind of knows Sinestro and Hal Jordan are like mortal enemies and all this other stuff. Well, Sinestro is the one who broke Hal Jordan in when he was first becoming a Green Lantern. And then Sinestro broke off and formed his own Lantern Corps, the Yellow Lanterns, which are fear. Like everything is fear with them, and the yellow emotion is the only one that can basically break down the, well, not the only one, but the most effective at breaking down a Green Lantern. So they're like counter to each other, and oh, there's a fucking goat. I just saw a goat. Place the marker. Hunt any animal you can find. I see a fucking goat, but I need to make a spear. Um, they battle through all kinds of shit, and you have like decades of history between Sinestro and Hal Jordan. They did this thing where Jeff Johns he was going to basically like DC oversee all the movies, stuff like this, and all that kind of crap. So he was done his run on Green Lantern, and they had this thing where like the Guardians of Oa, the ones that give the Green Lanterns their power rings and all this kind of stuff, turned out they were evil and they were going to replace everything with these new type of like creatures. They were going to, but the thing was, these creatures were going to planets and actually taking over the entire planet. So all the Lantern Corps had to come together to fight them. And at the end of it, basically everybody like the Guardians die, all the Lantern Corps fight, all this kind of stuff. Like it's all hectic and crazy, and then you get to the actual like epilogue of the story. And Hal Jordan, who led, this coalition or whatever, he and Sinestro are there, and Sinestro's like, "Yeah, I'm going off on my own. I'm going away now, or whatever. I'll never see you again. You'll never see me again. We'll never interact again." And he turns to like fly off or whatever, and Hal, it's just him, he and Hal Jordan talking, and Hal Jordan looks at him, and he's just like, "Sinestro, I have a question." He's like, "What is it, Jordan?" He's like, "Were we ever friends?" Because they were like best friends at one point, and he's like, "Were we ever actually friends?" And Sinestro's like, "That's the shame of it all, Jordan. We were always friends." And he flies off, and it's just like the way it's hard for me to put in words, but like if you read through the stories, the Sinestro Corps War, like everything that's happened between Hal Jordan and Sinestro, from turning from a Green Lantern to a Yellow Lantern, causing a war with them, all this other stuff, like it really is like Sinestro recognizing like the tragedy of everything is that the two of them were actually friends the entire time battling against each other. They just didn't see each other's ideology the same way, and because of that, they were always in conflict. They sound like the Rainbow Coalition. It's what it was like. And sometimes it gets super nerdy. You're not wrong. Um, but yeah, it's like probably one of the best lines I've ever seen in a comic book. It would be the equivalent of uh, Batman and the Joker going their separate ways after everything was said and done, like fighting together on the same side, and then Batman saying to the Joker, hey, look, without you, you're part of the reason I'm me. You know what I mean? Like you kind of helped define me. And the Joker turning around and being like, yeah, but I need you, Bats. Like we're actually on the same team. It's a shame we saw everything so different. Like we didn't have to be enemies this whole time. Like there's just something to it that just punches you right in the balls. Like if you're a guy, and right in the ovaries if you're a woman. Or it punches you in the empty spot if you're trans, Like there's just something about the way that shit was written that hits me every time. Like I've read through that like 10, 15 times, just that last panel. It's just, wow, what a fucking line. Rogue's like, "I don't understand none of this. Y'all making shit up now, I think."
No, I understand it. I
Yeah.
watched, the cartoons. Never did read the comics
Mm,
coming up.
fair. Yeah, I mean, the only, like, I don't know, I can relate to it because, I'm sure a lot of us can. If you've ever had that friend, like somebody that you were actually pretty damn close with, that you thought was like a good friend, and they become like a mortal enemy. You know what I mean? And then you look back and you're like, damn, were we ever actually fucking friends? Like, Smurfs probably like
Hmm.
that with that one dude North. Like, were we ever actually friends, or Swear to God, I saw a goat. There it is. I knew I saw it. Can I? Oh, can I actually chuck this spear at him? Oh, I fucking missed. Shit, now he's gonna run off. Damn it. I done missed. Fuck, where did he go? Should have just walked up and gigged him in the throat. Although if it's a female goat, I might want to keep him alive for milk. Gay Vikings, that would be worse than the straight Vikings. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, you got to ask the king of gay, which is Smurf. I haven't. Smurf had logged in or whatever on Xbox. Matter of fact, he might be online playing something. No, he's offline again.
He was on YouTube when he got on earlier.
Yeah, he's off now. There is a guy playing the Gay Vikings game though on my. Let's see, what do we got? Call of Duty, Ark. Looking through my friends list. Smite 2. I forgot they even made that. Sea of Thieves. Ark. Rogue's out there hunting animals. He's playing Hunter Call the Wild.
Yes, sir.
Smurf's daughter's online. She's playing Madden NFL 25. What?
I'll be doing the real thing in the morning out the back window.
I'll be hunting out the back window. Be stabbing stuff, shooting things, doing what Rogue does, you know. Get her done is what I like
venison,
to say.
Man.
Come on, stab that damn. I can't stab the fucking frog. Frog's just running. I can't see him either. There he goes. You can run, but you can't hide. I use my rogue of the leaf spear. Damn it, missed again. I threw that sucker. It was sharp. It was pointy, and I missed. Alright, so it looks like if this red dot is actually like a red dot. If I put that on the frog. Yep. Alright, so the spear goes exactly where the dot is. I don't have to counterbalance. Gotcha. Hey there. I got me some meat. Holy shit. Look how much meat I got off that frog.
Just a little bit.
Dude, that thing was like... It looked like I cut a side off a cow. Tim Drake did not have a blue dingus. Tim Drake, they made bisexual in the comics. I can't make that up. And I was furious about it. Like, when I had read that. If I'm being quite honest. Not because I hate bisexual people, because you should never make it. It gives a whole new connotation to Batman when you do shit like that. So basically, you're telling me that this dude took in an orphan, right? A rich guy took in an orphan that was bisexual and trained him to be his partner. I just let that sink in for a minute. Like, something just does not feel quite, as David Mon would say, right about that. There's something that, like, yeah, no, Robins should. It's the same way they did a Killing Joke movie, and they had Batman Basically, he and Batgirl ended up hooking up. And yeah, I felt some kind of way about that too. I was like actually a bit disgusted, if I'm being honest. Like that should not happen. Like you can't have like Batman would not allow that to happen. There, Barbara Gordon is, even if she's not related to him, it's basically family. It's a Doc Brown, Marty McFly situation. Yep. Yeah, and you're right, Stranded. And making Jonathan Kent, Superman's son, homosexual was like, what? Who are you guys like trying to sell these books to? Like, well, you don't understand. We want, like what gay people to buy your books. They already buy your books. Like you don't have to pander to them. Come up with new characters but turning Superman, when you say that, like, oh well, Superman's gay now. Like what? I mean, I don't know. Just something about it. Just it doesn't feel quite correct to me. Like something about it just feels wrong. Damn it. Get over there. Like, I get it. They made, and I actually didn't have a problem with it. They made the original Green Lantern is a guy named Alan Scott. And that was like way back in the day. He had like a cape, all that stuff. And he was the Green Lantern from, was it Earth 2? Might have been Earth 2. But they made him gay in New 52, and that was fine. Like, no complaints. Ace and Gary, the ambiguously gay duo. It's just coming up with new characters that happen to be gay. That's fine. That's cool, especially if you can do a good story with them and everything else. Don't take pre-existing characters and change their identity later on. I would have thank God they didn't do that shit with Nightwing, because I would have been pissed, like really, really pissed, because Nightwing was always when he joined the Teen Titans or whatever. It's always him and Starfire that got, or no, when was it Starfire? Who did he get
That
together
was
with?
no Robin and Starfire,
Well, that's
unless it's
yeah, but um, I'm trying to remember.
then
I
Beast Boy and Raven.
Beast Boy and Raven kind of had a thing, which was fine. No, maybe am I remembering it wrong? I can't remember now. For some reason I thought it was um, Nightwing and Starfire had a thing. Well, he was Robin when he originally was on Teen Titans. It's when he was first breaking away from Batman. But that might just be the modern day cartoons I'm thinking. I could be wrong. All right, let me see. A shelter, huh? See, yeah, you're right. Batman Beyond. They did allude to it, but that doesn't make sense to me. Batman and Selena Kyle would be. A matter of fact, they almost got married in the comics. They came real close to getting. I have the issue where they almost got married. But yeah, it should always be Catwoman and Cat and Bat. Like that's actually that and Talia al Ghul. Because Batman absolutely did. Oh, I can save and I can sleep. But yeah, Batman Beyond has like I actually really like Batman Beyond. I didn't when it was on TV, like, but going and rewatching the series later on was fantastic. The last episode explains that Terry McGinnis is actually Bruce Wayne's, technically his son, because they did this thing. What's her name? God, what's her name? Amanda Waller had sent the Phantasm to kill his parents, right? But she also did this thing where she injected. I don't know if it was the mom or the dad. Well, the mom was pregnant, and she injected her with this shit that basically injected Bruce Wayne's DNA, overrode his father's DNA. There are new episodes of Beavis and Butthead. Ren and Stimpy, you will never see again. So Ren and Stimpy is a tragic story. Considering I have nothing but good memories of Ren and Stimpy. But then they did the Adult Swim. Well, I don't know if it was Adult Swim. Shit, Mister's gonna know because Mister is that guy who would know. They did an adult party, and it was on one of the networks on cable TV. I know Mister's not a big cartoon guy or anything else, but he's usually good about like, oh yeah, it was this network. It was either not Vice. What was the network that had cops on there? Maybe it was G4. It was a network like that, like G4. And what ended up happening, they did like a Ren and Stimpy, but it was a much dirtier version and all this. And when they put out the DVDs, the main guy who created Ren and Stimpy, a guy named John Krystaliska, I can't remember. It's John K. is what his name is because nobody can ever remember what his actual fucking name is. He was on there, and he like introduced one of the artists, and it was a girl that was like 16, 17. Well, what they found out was that John K was getting young girls that were artists inspired, like aspired to be like, oh, I want to do shit like Ren and Stimpy. If they met his fancy, he basically was inviting them to come live with him, getting their parents' permission to come live with him, and then turning around and moving them in with them, and yeah, forming naughty relationships is the best way. It came to light that this was pretty much his MO. So yeah, they like he basically he's legit a pedophile, and all that has come to light, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's why you haven't seen anything from Ren and Stimpy. Nobody talks about Ren and Stimpy. It kind of went the wayside because original creator was a kidler, specifically young girls, not young men. But yeah, yeah, when all that came to light, like I was I watched. There's actually a documentary, and it's on one of the ones like Tubi or something like that. Might be on Netflix, but it's like basically the story of Ren and Stimpy, and they go through Spumco, which was the studio that he had headed up that had Ren and Stimpy. He ended up getting fired by Nickelodeon. Like Nickelodeon didn't want him around, and then they gave him that revitalized series to bring back Ren and Stimpy. And when they did, like I said, they put it out. It was like Ren and Stimpy's Adult Party or some shit like that. And when they did the DVD, people started digging into it. And yeah, that's what they found. To be or not to be? That's the question. You're not wrong, Mister. Mister, you're on fucking point tonight, brother. Simpsons guy was on. Dude, everybody was on Epstein's plane at this point. Like, uh, I don't even know. I don't even know if I give a shit like anymore who was or wasn't on there. I want to know who was actually on the island and doing stuff that is unmentionable on YouTube without me completely getting thrown off of it. That's what I want to know. And I also want to know what justice they're going to get for the victims. And I can pretty much say this is going to be a spoiler alert. Absolutely none. Like, if I have to fathom a guess, I'm going to say nope. There's going to be no justice for any of the victims. The closest you're going to get is Virginia Dufresne with, or Gouffre, or whatever the hell her name was, with the English guy, with Prince Andrew. I think that's the only one that there's going to be any kind of justice where her story is going to get out. I don't think they are. I don't trust our system anymore, guys. I'm sorry. I don't. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, again, back to cultists and cowards. I don't want to hear, like, oh, well, Donald Trump's all about the transparencies and all this other shit. As long as he's got Cash Patel and Pam Bondi, that shit's going to be under wraps. And you can guarantee that unless there's, like, some kind of Fox News hit, Pam Bondi is going to fuck that shit up. Oh, I can open a build memo. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, wait a minute. Roof and foundation. Walls. Foundations. That's pretty cool. But the only place a piece of foundation. How the hell do I have to? I'm confused here. Do I need logs? What? How come this shit doesn't tell me what I need to build? Rogue, what's going on with this? Explain this to me.
What am I explaining?
Why this? Maybe if I make wood planks. Trying to explain to me how this, how I build shit.
There's no telling with that.
There's no telling, game. Don't know. And then sweep it under the rug. Well, I mean, they have 30 days to go into some kind of depth on it and release all the files. Just remember that 30 days.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not buying it. I'm not. You'll get the emails that it'll just be like, it's going to be just like the fucking binders that they put out. It'll be shit that's already out there, and we're all just like, yep, we already know all that. Tell us something we didn't know. 2 logs, 2 wood planks. Okay. That means harvesting more tree. Damn, I don't want to be cutting down all these fucking trees. Yeah, it just, like I said, and the cultists, the ones that are going to probably dislike this video because I've said what I just said about, oh well, you know, we're not going to get answers. All that. Oh no, you don't understand. Donald Trump, he's all for us. He's all behind us. The fuck he is. He's lining his pockets, his donors' pockets. Like he's already kind of proved it. Um, he does shit I like, does shit I don't like, but at the end of the day, it's another fucking politician. Is all it is.
Yep.
And you know, I any hope that I had that that he's going to be different. Oh yeah, he's definitely going to get. Nope, he is just doing the same shit. He is doing the exact same shit that everybody else has done once they get that power. And it's heartbreaking, it's disappointing. Is it better than an alternative of a Joe Biden or a Kamala Harris? Yeah. Yeah, it really is. I mean, if you're being honest about things, it is better. But is it just more of the same and is it transformational? It's not transformational. Damn. That was a fucking throw. I'll hold my breath. Well, that's okay. We'll pick you up after you passed out. Um, Ian wants to know, have you gotten a deer this year, Rogue?
Nope. Season actually just came in this past Saturday. So.
Negative on the positive.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean,
We got some stuff thrown out in the back though, because you can actually hunt over corn now.
yeah. And Ian said, you know, optimistic and hopeful at the same time. That's just it. I mean, I'm not gonna. I can't say like, nah. It's like who knows. Maybe shit'll be different, but at this point, everything I've seen, just going off of what we've seen so far, it's it's the same shit we've been dealing with. It's two wings of the same bird, horns on the same goat. You know, however you want to say it, it's been the same. I just saw apparently because of the 2 National Guardsmen that were shot, they are putting Trump is putting a ban on like immigration from other countries that have like radical Muslims and all that kind of shit. That's a little too late, in my opinion. Besides that, apparently the Afghan dude was actually vetted by the CIA and all that and just like lost his shit. But I want to see the entire investigation before I actually have some kind of opinion. It's an uninformed opinion at this point. I don't know if we know he's an asshole, right? And all this, but did he have some kind of breakdown? Was he activated by the CIA? Again, it goes back to I don't trust my own government. I
They've given
don't.
us no reason to trust them.
Yeah, I mean, I just, yeah, it's such a shame. I want to trust my government. I really do. I really want to be saying to everybody, like, oh, yeah, look at this amazing shit. I've not seen it yet. And that kind of bothers me. Two logs, four fronds, huh? Let's switch that. How do I not have fucking... Did I not pick up the logs? The hell do I got in my inventory? I guess I didn't pick up the logs. What the fuck? I'm gonna build a campfire. Dude, mister, that is my question, right? That was something I asked last night. Why would you drive from Washington State to Washington, D.C.? If you were going to do some shit like that, like, and you were just unhinged, deranged, and all that kind of stuff, why didn't you just do it right there in Washington State? I mean, they attack the federal building, as far as I know, all the time in Washington State. Like, well, he could have just gone to Portland if he wanted to go after somebody that was federal. You know what I mean? Like, why would you drive that far to that specific spot, wait for hours, and ambush two people? Like, there's just so much that does not make sense. It just feels fucked up. It feels like a false flag. It feels like it was done to set something. Not just that, the timing on it. So, one of the things I haven't talked about, and I guess I'm going to now, is that video that the Democrats made. Mark Kelly from Arizona. Who else was it? They're calling them the seditious six at this point, but they put out that video about illegal orders. I'm sure everybody in that's watching knows exactly what the hell I'm talking about.
Unfortunately.
Right. Like, unfortunately, you know what I'm talking about. They put out that video, and a couple days later, a guy goes to D.C. and does what he does. Like, something about it just, I don't know. When things don't make sense, like simple things don't make sense, it bothers the shit out of me. And that shit makes no sense to me. Like, why Washington to Washington, D.C.? Like, Washington State to Washington, D.C., why would you do it? Like, why would you drive that far? You could have just done that anywhere. And it's not even like it's a guy. It's almost like the dude who blew himself up in the Tesla. Like, you remember that shit? Like, so you're a demolitions expert in the military. You're pretty much a Trump, like, as far as I know, was like hardcore, like, Trump supporter and everything else. You drive in front of a Trump hotel in a bulletproof vehicle and do the least amount of damage possible with it. how does that make fucking sense? Like, blew yourself up in the car. Do you remember that shit, Rogue?
Oh yeah, that
Like,
was a head scratcher.
yeah, it's shit. Like when shit doesn't. I know not everything is there for me to understand, and like, I'd like to think I'm not completely fucking crazy, but I can usually see a motivation or a point of view to somebody that makes a logical bit of sense, even if it's from an emotional point of view. You know, like I saw my wife. I came home. My wife was stucking the milkman, and I took both of them out. Heat of the moment, crime of passion, makes sense. Right? Like I can get that. I can understand that. That makes sense to me. This shit makes no sense. Like it makes negative sense to me. Especially somebody who is I don't have military training and I'm, not the most intelligent guy. You can ask Mister about that one or anybody who watches me stream on a pretty regular basis. But if I wanted to do a whole bunch of damage and all that kind of stuff, I think even I could have done a better job. So why would I take a bulletproof truck, blow, like it doesn't make sense. Why would I drive from Washington state all the way across the entirety of the fucking country and take out two National Guards people? Um, I mean, personally, I think shell shock, aka CT PTSD, should also be considered, considering the illogical nature. I I can kind of get into that a little bit. PTSD will make you do and react emotionally and over the top, but there's got to be a trigger to it. There's got to be something in your environment that triggers you, and it happens almost immediately. And I can't go into too much, Mister, on why I know what I know about PTSD and all that other stuff. All I will tell you is that it could play a part in it, but there would have to be a trigger, and the reaction would be almost immediate. It wouldn't be a delayed reaction. It would be an immediate thing. Oh, his visa ran out a month ago. Okay. So there's something I did not know that adds a little bit of a layer there. So we can go from the point of view that he was angry that his visa ran out. He and his family are getting removed. Then why take it out on National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. versus somebody in the immigration department like ICE or something like that? Especially knowing that ICE is in Portland. I mean, we see the riots and everything, so why not just do it right there? I mean, either way, you're making national news, right? So at that point, it's not like, hey, I didn't want my kids to see me do something ugly. It kind of erases that fact. I didn't want to do it close to home, all this other stuff. Well, we all know his name, we all know who he is, so his family's going to suffer either way. fairly or unfairly. I don't know, man. Something about it. Something about it. Just, I don't want to be, Mr. Conspiracy Nut guy person, but something about it just does not feel right to me at all. Like, it just doesn't sit with even a rational thought. Now, if he was like banging one of the two people he shot, that would make sense. New Orleans was the same day, and both guys were at Fort Bragg at the same time. Now, this guy CIA trained, some Clockwork Orange shit going on. Yeah, like MK Ultra. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh shit. Good night, Ian. Um, yeah, it's like I said, something in the heat of passion. Okay, I think we've all had moments where, not saying that you've removed somebody from their existence, but I think everybody has had a moment where you definitely lost your shit and got angry. That anger would fade because, as Mister said, that's a long drive. Like, I mean, a long drive. It's not like I went down the street and all that kind of stuff, or I hopped a flight even. Like, oh yeah, I just, jumped on a plane and flew there, and here I am, and that took 5 minutes. That's that's a hell of a drive. Like hell, even if he was on even if he had taken it's at least a 3 hour flight. I mean, I'm sure Rogue knows. Rogue and him were roommates in college. Didn't mean to out Rogue like that, but just so you guys know, they were like good friends in college. But yeah, the timing, like I said, that seditious video, and they had planned that video out too. Apparently, like 2 months before or whatever. I mean, MK Ultra, I could see some shit like that. Manchurian candidates, however you want to say it. I could see him doing stuff like that. And like I said, well, shit. Like I say, with pretty much everything, like, what's the motivation? What's the benefit? There's always somebody who's benefiting from it. So if Trump bans people coming in from other countries, man, I hope it ain't that shallow. I honestly hope, the way I'm thinking, it's not this shallow. So the economy sucks right now. It's gotten better, but it's a big old aircraft carrier that needs to be turned, and it's going to take a minute for that ship to correct itself and turn. The only thing that Trump has technically done that's beneficial, that I think his approval rating's still up, and I could be wrong on this, would be immigration. So if you turn the conversation from economy to immigration and get both sides fighting over it publicly, and you're using actual. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to. I got nothing else to talk about, so reasoning this out or trying to. Somali immigrants. If your approval rating's going down as a politician and you need to flip the script, is the best way I can say it. You need to play to your strengths. One of the big strengths would be immigration. You're bitching about the Somali refugees. Now, if this guy was Somali, not Afghani, that would have made a little bit more sense that you would set that shit up like that, right? Like you would want some kind of massive crime like this or something that's going to grab national headlines like this, especially right before a holiday because there's really no news cycle. But you would also want to flip it back to the previous administration and their fuck up. And the biggest fuck up Joe Biden had, in my opinion, like the whole decline of Joe Biden, where the emperor has no clothes moment, was his pullout from Afghanistan and how disastrous that was. So if you're putting it, but we're still way like, unless they're going to use it to run in 2026 on about like, yeah, we can't have this kind of stuff because look what happens, this is how we get people shot and all this kind of stuff. And small town, or not small town, but it's the Democrats and their fault. Like you could kind of run on it, but I don't know. Like we're the party that's doing this, that, and a third. I don't know, guys. Like none of it. I fucking hate all of it. If I'm being quite honest. Like even the speculation sucks. I don't want to think my government does shit like this on purpose, just cause. I know they do, but I fucking hate thinking like this. But usually, when there's something that nobody can oppose, oh shit, they do break. Motherfucker. Um, usually when they do stuff that nobody can oppose, like or nobody's opposed to, those unity moments, they're usually majorly concerning. Like they worry me a lot more than shit that people can get partisan over in a lot of cases. Because then you can say right or wrong. This is my stance on it. Blah 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 blah. But when it's something that both sides are like, oh yeah, this should never have happened, and all that kind of something about it bothers me. Something about both horns on the same goat coming together worries me. 2 stones, 2 cords, and 2 sticks.
All right, GAM. Need to hop on off of here. I'm dozing in and out.
I'm dozing, okay? I just want to tell you, Gam, I'm thinking about some of the stuff you said, and I'm falling asleep thinking about it because it's fucking boring. I'm out now.
Nah, it's been a long day. I probably replaced 1,500 foot of cable today.
Oh, God.
All in all, yeah, they
Dear
decided
Lord.
they were gonna start disconnecting people for bad lines the other day, right
Oh,
before the
really?
Iron Bowl weekend. So I've been replacing line left and right for
Oh,
pissed off customers.
oh.
The Iron Bowl is a college football game for those who don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I did know, unfortunately.
Huge rivalry game in the South, well, in Alabama in general.
Roll Tide.
War Eagle. But anywho, y'all have a good evening. I'll still
Have a
have the
good
stream
one.
running, give you some playtime if nothing else. I don't know if that counts towards anything or not.
Yeah. Have yourself a good one, Mr. Rogues.
You too, sir. I'll catch you on the flippity flip.
Good night, brother.
Night.
What the fuck? That's a stand. Oh my god, it is a sandstorm. Oh shit. I go in here and I make a poopy in my own shelter. Roll Tide, the detergent, not the team. Very nice, mister. Very nice. I mean, mister, do you have any, like, what, does anybody have any thoughts, any, like, theories? They can be unhinged, too, if you want, like, you know. It was aliens came down and did it, you know. Like MK Ultra, like, can anybody come up with some kind of reasoning behind it? Something that makes, like, a bit of logical sense. Haha, I have repaired my foundations. The walls got jacked up too. I may not want window walls now that I'm thinking about it. Shit. What did I need? I need stems, which means knocking down another tree, but I need to build an axe. So I can use this and cut down it. Yucca will give me wood. Yeah, it's stick. I don't think it gives me fronds. We'll find out. There you go. All right, I like that one, Mister. That's a fun theory. He was trying to impress her. I mean, you're right. Not a terrible looking girl, but oh, what the fuck? There's a fucking earthquake now? That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds, snakes, and airplanes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. Yeah, I mean, I'm. He's alive. I'm pretty sure he'll say something. I'm not a gun guy, but I think a 357 is a revolver. I think so too. No, no, it's not. You're right. I mean, kind of. It's the other part of it too. The fact he used it was a 357. That's what he used.